Croatia's central bank has published its latest findings on current economic trends. The national bank's analysts have concluded that there are still no signs of economic recovery in Croatia. In contrast to the majority of Central and Eastern European countries, Croatia has experienced the single most significant drop in employment. The slight gains Croatia has made have been due to a reduction in imports, while other European countries have tried to gain ground by increasing exports. The government must take more decisive economic policy measures, the central bank's analysts say, adding that if it fails to do so, the gap between Croatia and the countries it can be compared to will only grow wider. The president of the Zagreb County Court, Judge Ivan Turudic, told HTV today that HDZ leader Tomislav Karamarko did have the right to comment on the outcome of the Fimi Media trial in which the HDZ was found guilty of corruption. In the wake of the verdict, Karamarko said that he was confident it would be overturned on appeal, but also remarked that it was unpatriotic. His statements prompted some critics to accuse him of trying to pressure the courts. However, Turudic said today that Karamarko, as HDZ leader, was directly affected by the verdict as any other defendant would be, and had the right to speak out on the matter. Former HDZ leader Jadranka Kosor disagrees. She told Croatian radio today that court rulings had to be respected. Politicians must send a message that Croatia is striving to uphold the rule of law, she said, adding that this meant that they should respect decisions made by the courts, even if they do not agree with them. About 100 volunteers are taking part today in a project to clean up the devastation left behind by an ice storm in Gorski Kotar earlier this winter. In Fužine, volunteers bussed in from Rijeka work together with locals to clear the debris. This is the second consecutive Saturday of this community effort. The long-term plan is to clear the worst of the damage around the area's lakes, hiking trails, and parks by Earth Day. The skills of Croatia's young and up-and-coming chefs are being put to the test in the Chef's Cup, an event organized by the Croatian Chefs Association in Bjelovar this weekend. Here, their task was to create a starter from chicken and fresh cheese, a main dish of pork and prunes, and a pear and honey dessert. The chefs say this is a great opportunity for them to perfect their craft, since Croatia unfortunately doesn't have a culinary academy yet. Mali Lošinj residents are learning about fragrant plants this weekend at a festival which aims to teach them how to recognize and use aromatic herbs. More than 1,000 varieties of fragrant plants can be found on Lošinj, which is why the island has a budding aromatherapy industry that is complementary to its already established tourism trade. In sports, the EuroLeague Top 16 has finished out its round 10 games. Barcelona remain undefeated after beating reigning European champions Olympiacos 70-58. Croatian center Ante Tomic nailed 14 points for Barcelona. Meanwhile, Panathinaikos defeated Efes in Istanbul in overtime 65-60. Croatia's Roko Ukic scored 7 points for the Greeks, while fellow Croat Zoran Planinic netted 15 for the Turkish side. In other league action, Russian side Lokomotiv lost to Galatasaray of Turkey 67-66, with Croatia's Kruno Simon scoring 9 points for Lokomotiv. This afternoon's forecast calls for some passing cloud cover coming in from the north, with a chance of light scattered rain in the north and east of the country. Northerly and northwesterly evening breezes in the interior, possible high gusts in Slavonia. On the coast, a mild southwesterly. Temperatures will remain balmy, with highs ranging from 16 to 22 degrees Celsius for most of the country.